Good morning, all. First of all, greetings from Belgium to all the different people from all the countries to join this session. It's a little special. I remember last year I was still in Stockholm, Sweden. It was very lovely with cold weather, but hopefully we can see each other again face to face next year. So my name is Hantson. I'm responsible for AgilePoint EMEA, and I will guide you shortly through a digital acceleration platform based on low-code and no-code principles, and I try to explain how it can help you driving the digital transformation. If we are looking today, I'm quite sure everybody knows what the business challenges are today, but we have been, especially since COVID-19, we have been becoming in a fast-moving world where things are going much faster than expected and even much faster than we can predict these days. So adaptation, faster reaction to the market is becoming standard, is becoming the normal way of doing businesses today. At the same time, everybody is looking to see how they can do cost reduction. And everybody is of course, due to this fast-moving world, the fact that things are changing much faster and are becoming sometimes more unpredictable. Everybody is looking to see how they can dynamically execute business processes. We heard in the previous presentation as well, processes are becoming very key and centric of what's going on in a company. So more control over dynamic business execution is becoming a hot topic as well. Of course, we have IT departments and they have also the challenges today. So typically they have a huge backlog, more demand than resources availability, lack of time, also sometimes hard to find skilled resources. Infrastructure is becoming very complex. If we are looking as well in the outbreak, security breaches, and all that kind of stuff. So IT is moving more and is focusing more on cybersecurity threats and maybe a little less on what the business is demanding. So therefore, we are changing into a new landscape where we are talking about the digital business needs. And traditionally, we had different applications. So some people have maybe SAP or Salesforce or other ERP platforms available to support the traditional business. However, these days, the traditional business is not longer the traditional business. The business is driven by all kinds of demands, digital business inputs, and our systems are suddenly, they are still good enough, but we have more interfaces to these kind of systems. We have more kind of interactions. We have IoT, AI is booming at this moment. So we have a lot of more interactions suddenly to that same model, to that same platform. So the scope is now, how can you handle this? How can you make sure that you can follow the business needs without the need to overload your IT department with a lot of more resources? So how can a BPM platform and a low-code platform, and we are focusing mainly on the BPM part, how can they help you to drive your digital transformation today? So if we have looking from an Agile point of view, what we have been doing is since the founding of the company, we have been mainly focusing on business process management driven solution. And of course, in the last years, we moved to cloud, BPM as a service, low code, no code, applications, platforms. We have a lot of buzzwords around the world, accelerated digital transformation, hyper automation. So agencies like Gartner, Forrester, they're inventing sometimes all these kind of buzzwords, but how the hell do I start now? How can it solve your company? So how can a platform like AgilePoint, there are more products available, of course, how can they help you to serve your business? So first of all, a business process management platform like AgilePoint is a platform to accelerate your digital transformation. So to help you as sitting on top of your existing infrastructure and allow you to build new services, to build new tools to support your clients, but also to support your internal businesses in their demands. So it's about three important things. It's about connecting the people with the systems and the systems to the data and the data to the people. So of course, as you can see here at the bottom, some topics, all kind of platforms, SAP, Office, ServiceNow, Oracle, Appian, DocuSign, name it. So how can I connect now all these systems together? So from a business point of view and not so far from a technical point of view. That's the whole challenge in the market these days, in fact. So if we look to low-code platforms or no-code platforms like AgilePoint, they can serve you building four type of applications. They can help you to build process-driven centric applications, so really applications which are focusing on creating very business-oriented, process-driven applications. But at the same time, people are also looking, okay, can I build an application for the smartphone or for my mobile devices, which can maybe support service engineers? I don't want to give my service engineer a full access to my SAP environment. So can I make a subset of an applications dedicated for my service engineers, by example? So the mobile app allows that as well. Another item is the data-driven applications. Data is key for each company. And of course, each company has a lot of data because you all have these different kind of systems available. So the data-driven applications allows you to grab all this data from the different silos of applications you have and bridge them together in a single application. And of course, all these type of applications are available on premises if you still have high security items, or can work in the cloud, or can work in a hybrid model as well. So by using the whole set, you can build all type of applications serving your needs, in fact. So if we look a little more to the way we are doing that, is probably everybody heard about citizen developers, or how can I encourage my business users to start building their own applications. So the platform we have is a kind of a visual drag and drop model driven application. So we have all kind of Lego bricks. Everybody knows Lego. So we have more than 700 reusable activities or Lego bricks, which have a different functionality. And these are allowing you to use them in a process model. So you can stack all these activities together. We can allow you to do the data modeling, so which means we can grab the data from different applications. Of course, you can build and define as a business user without any IT knowledge. You can build your form, which is giving the user interaction. We can define the business logic, can be very simple, but can also becoming very complex. And of course, we have the whole integration capabilities to the different silos of applications you have available today, and that can all be wrapped together. So all these different functionalities are allowing a citizen developer to build a platform which is serving their needs. Of course, maybe you're having expectations which are not in the platform out of the box available. So we allow that your internal IT staff or your IT supplier can extend the platform and build additional functionality, which is then consumed by your citizen developers. So you can see it in this way. The citizen developers are using the predefined Lego bricks, and IT can build new custom Lego bricks, which are serving your customers' needs and your business needs, in fact. So in this way, you can really scale up the whole deployment of enterprise level applications without the traditional need of programming all the aspects of your business applications. So it's one single platform which allows you to support all kind of digital transformation capabilities. Just to explain more in detail, on the left side, we have the data or mobile-centric applications like traditional spreadsheet. I believe in a lot of, each company has a lot of Excel sheets with a lot of data, which is creating issues as well. If everybody's using Excel or Access to do their own job, you have a huge risk of data breaches, by example, which you probably don't want. Yeah. So if you're looking at the other side on the process-centric approach, which is more about the automation, the governance, and the scalability. Defining an applications by one user is one aspect. How are you going to deploy that in an enterprise company? That's a different aspect, of course. So the type of applications you can build can be going anywhere. It can go from traditional, like converting an Excel sheet maybe in a separated applications, which can running on a smartphone or on a tablet, but also the more crucial applications like integrating with the existing applications. So maybe you have today a CRM platform like Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics, but you want to expose maybe some data to a type of users. Or more important, you want to handle more complex workflow or business processes on top of these data. So a process could maybe start by initiating an activity on a website. So like a visitor is coming to your website, they are filling in a form, and that could be the starting point for a very complex business process going across your organization, going across all the silos of information you have available today. So that's what AgilePoint is serving. Of course, like I said, it's about integrating, bridging all these silos of applications separately. So a lot of companies, if you are looking into banks or insurance companies, they still have very old legacy platforms. A lot of clients are still having AS400 or mainframe systems, and there is no way to say, I'm going to switch them off and I'm going to switch to a new platform by tomorrow. That's simply not possible. So even integration with platforms like RPA platforms like Blue Prism or others can be done from in the platform itself. So the key item of the digital transformation platform is really bridging inside your organization across all the systems you have, so you can handle all your business needs from one single view and one single scope, in fact. So in this way, you can handle a wide range of use cases. You can enhance your personal productivity by, let's say, replace Excel by a business-driven application. And in this way, you could prevent maybe data breaches, but at the same time, you could use that application across the organization and let more people use your single Excel sheet. Omni-channel experience, that's becoming more crucial, where we were all used to work on a laptop, or on a PC, but these days, there are even people who don't have a laptop anymore. They are doing everything on their tablet or on their smartphone. I hope as soon as COVID-19 is passed, a lot of people will travel again, will still be on the road. So having applications on their smart device will be becoming very crucial and will allow them very fast to interact with their business applications on site. Of course, the whole integration with digital collaboration. We all have seen since the COVID-19, again, that digital collaboration is becoming crucial. Everybody's using platforms like Teams, Office 365, SharePoint, but probably that's not enough. If you want to look from a business-centric point of view where processes are key, you want to have processes which are maybe guiding people or making sure that the data flow of all that applications is really controlled going through all these kind of applications. And of course, it's about creating the end-to-end automatization. And that's really a key aspect in the whole platform. It's going end-to-end, which means from the beginning, which could be a consumer on your website, until the moment that a service is delivered. Typically, this is going across different applications in your organizations, and maybe not only inside your organization, but also going to your suppliers. So it's quite possible to create a process which is even talking to a service provided by your logistics provider, by example. So in this way, you can really go end to end and can have a full view of the process from the moment that something is ordered until the moment it's delivered at their door at home. So if we look, you could all say, okay, I can do that today. I can develop an application which is exactly doing what you described, and that's true. But let's take a different look on that. So if we are looking, okay, I have on the left side, I have my subject matter experts, I have my business logic, I have done my analysis, and now I want to build an applications. So typically, your developers are going to develop the application. They are going to write code, it's going to get compiled, and it's going into execution. So my solution is there, it's running, it's doing perfectly what I want. But then suddenly there is a problem. And I want to change. I want to go back to making a change because something went wrong, or I want to adapt a new service. So each time I have to go back to my developers and ask them, can you make an improvement on this level? Can you change something? Or maybe there was a single instance, an order where something went wrong and you want to adjust it. So then it's becoming hard because it's getting stuck into the system. Now, if we are looking more in what has becoming quite hot is the artificial intelligence, or machine learning, then it's quite hard to interconnect this into your program application because it's stuck. It's really a logical steps in code which are statically programmed and cannot be adjusted at runtime. So there you have an issue. If we are now looking into an intelligent automation way, then we will still have the same flow. The only difference is that the middle part, which is your development part, is replaced by a platform. So you will have a process model driven application, which is not generating any code. So it's more like a model, and that model is described, and that model is executed in a dynamic way. So the benefit of this is you will have always a one-to-one relationship between your model and what's getting executed. So I'm quite surprised. I'm doing this for more than 15 years when I'm talking to companies, even the larger companies, when you're talking about a certain business process and you ask to 10 people, how is this process working and running? You probably get 11 different answers because everybody has their own idea on how a process is getting executed. So by using a BPM platform like AgilePoint, there is no difference anymore between what you described as the model and what's getting executed as the model. It's one-to-one. So you always have a clear view on how it's getting executed, what is getting executed, when it was executed. Especially if you look to companies like in the pharmaceuticals, which are having strict regulations, maybe you need compliancy with CFR 21 or Sarbanes-Oxley. You want to have a clear view on how things are done. So this kind of platforms are really showing you how execution was done. There is no way that execution could be done differently than the model you created, okay? And now the benefit is coming is that the model which is getting executed is not longer static. I can have interaction coming from machine learning applications or AI type of applications, which can adjust the execution of that model in a dynamic way. So even if I make a model and I was assuming that my process would be executed in this way, probably in real time, it could be a little different because we have internal and external influence coming to that platform. So that's quite shortly how a platform like AgilePoint can really help you adjusting on that level. So the most crucial parts of this kind of platforms and what low-code or no-code platforms combined with BPM are bringing you is they allow you to do mass individualization of intelligent automation, where it means you can build your model, but your model is not static and it can be in-flight adapted. You can in-flight change the whole execution of an application inside your organization, in fact. So we are doing that for a long time. Since 2007, in fact, we have this kind of architecture which allows you to design and build an application and a process which can be dynamically changed in real time. So this is a statement from Gartner since 2007, way long before terms like low code or no code were invented, in fact. So this is a very short, brief picture. If you're interested and you want to learn more, please feel free to visit our booth.